you mentioned two books. Canfield's book is one. The other book that you mentioned inside of your book is Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. And I think you say in there that you've read this book numerous times throughout your career, but that there's a few kind of topics that you touch on from the book. And the one that I've got here for us is the idea of setting goals. So you're laying on your back. Take me through the mindset of how this book and kind of these steps, set achievable goals, make a plan, a step-by-step, have a mastermind group, and then never ever quit until you achieve your goal. How did that play into your rehabilitation?
Think and Grow Rich is the most impactful book and concept that I've ever read. I read it when I was 16. I've reread it 50 times. I am actually rereading it right now. And it's just basically those steps is what it takes to build yourself, your life that you want. And so I'm laying there and I'm saying, all right, I'm paralyzed, so what am I going to have to do? Well, the first one was an achievable goal. I made up my mind I was going to walk out of that hospital. Now, we didn't know the extent of the spinal cord damage that had been done by this infection. If I had a severed spinal cord, achievable goal was not that I would walk. If your spinal cord is severed, medical technology and ability right now, it is severed. You can lay in bed and look at your toe and say, move toe, and you could say that for 30 years, your toe isn't going to move. I thought that I would walk, and there was no proof that my spinal cord was completely severed. And so the achievable goal was, if I could walk just 10 steps, think of the freedom and the control you would have versus being paralyzed. Now let me put it in context for you. Over a 3 or 4 month period of time, they got me up into a sitting position. They got me into an electric wheelchair. My left side came back, but my right side was very, very damaged, and it took forever. It took 6 months to be able to move my right hand. So, but as I started to be able to sit up, as I started to be able to move around a little bit, then I kept thinking, do you know what the freedom is to be able to walk 2 or 3 steps? So I told my doctors I was going to walk out of there. And the doctors, of course, would look at you with a sad look in their eyes, and they'd say, Dave, we hope for the best, and we train for the worst. Well, that's really encouraging. So the medical community says we train for the worst, hope for the best. My friends, on the other hand, said, hell yes, you're going to walk out of here. You've made every goal you've ever set in your life. Let's work hard, buddy. So, what's the plan? And my plan was that I would outwork anybody in that hospital. When they told me to do 5 reps of something with my left hand, I wanted to do 10. If they told me I had 1 hour of therapy a day, I wanted 2. And then you create the step-by-step plan. And then the mastermind group, that's your support group. Medical, technicians, whatever, but it's also your friends. And so you put this formula together that Napoleon Hill came up with. It's not original. This has been in all kinds of self-help books for a couple 100 years. He just said it better than anybody up in his time. That is the blueprint of how you become successful.